The deepest loneliness is feeling empty while being praised. Carl Jung. Why doesn't external success heal the internal anguish? Have you ever won something, but still felt completely empty? The job, the house, the degree, the title, the kind of success others envy. Yet inside, a deafening silence, a hollow ache no one sees. That's the kind of pain nobody talks about. Because from the outside, you look like you made it. But inside, you feel like something is missing. You're not broken. You're not alone. You've just been sold the wrong idea of fulfillment. We live in a society that worships achievement. But no one talks about the aftermath, the existential hangover after every milestone. They told you to chase goals. They forgot to mention your soul. The system doesn't just sell you things, it sells illusions. And the real cost, your sense of self, rewritten to fit a mold you never chose. This isn't just about burnout. It's about emotional exile, a life where you check all the boxes but still feel like a ghost. You reached the top, but lost yourself on the way up. You got the applause, but never felt seen. The truth? You were never after the trophy. You were after meaning. If this speaks to you, and drop a comment. I won, but I lost myself. You were programmed to chase but never to connect. From the beginning you were taught, perform well and you'll be loved. Get good grades, be polite, make people proud. Love became a transaction. Self-worth became conditional. Achievement became survival. You were never asked how you felt. You were only praised for how well you hit it. The world clapped when you performed. So you became the performance. You learned to run. Not from failure, but from the silence of being with yourself. And this is how a society of overachievers is born. Addicted to goals, terrified of stillness, restless even in moments of joy. Because stillness brings the real question, who am I when I'm not producing? Modern capitalism doesn't just feed on labor, it feeds on wounds. It profits from your need to feel worthy, constantly. So it sells you the illusion that more wins will silence the pain, that more applause will cure the emptiness. But tell me this, what's the point of being seen if you can't even face yourself? The shadow isn't what you failed to become, it's what you pretended to be. Carl Jung once warned, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will rule your life, and you'll call it fate. The drive for success might be your way of avoiding something deeper, a wound that whispers you're not enough, a memory of being unseen, unheard, unchosen. So you built a persona, high-performing, impressive, untouchable, but also disconnected, fragile, exhausted. You became the ideal self by abandoning your real self. And now every win feels hollow. Every goal reached leaves a question mark, because it was never about the goal. It was about proving that you mattered. But here's the painful truth. If you have to earn your worth, you were never taught you had it to begin with. The shadow isn't failure. It's the success that distracts you from healing. And each time you feel that gnawing emptiness after a victory, it's your shadow whispering, this version of you isn't real. You've been handed freedom. That keeps you chained. Modern freedom is a brilliant illusion. It lets you choose your clothes, your feed, your next dopamine hit, but never your true self. You scroll to escape, you buy to feel, you post to be seen, but none of it touches the silence within, that aching hollowness that whispers, is this all there is? You think you're free, but your choices are predictable, engineered, optimized to keep you busy and numb. The market doesn't want your healing, it wants your hunger, because the more incomplete you feel, the more you consume. And the more you consume, the less you pause. And the less you pause, the less you question. You've become a profitable version of your pain. Refined, distracted, obedient. This is not freedom. This is performance. And deep down, you know it. The bars you don't see are the ones you never try to break. There comes a moment when winning stops meaning anything. You've done the work. Checked the boxes. Achieved what was supposed to bring peace. But something inside still aches, still questions. still feels unseen. This is the rupture. When success loses its sedative effect. When applause sounds hollow. When your mirror reflects a stranger. Most people run from this point. They distract, upgrade, hustle again. But some, a few, decide to listen. And what they hear is grief. Grief for the child who just wanted to be enough. Grief for the mask worn too long. Grief for a self abandoned in the name of survival. This is the beginning of something real. Not dramatic, not loud, but sacred. Reconstruction starts in the quiet. Not in goals, not in motivation, but in truth. You don't need another trophy. You need the strength to sit with who you are without running. The most radical thing you can do is stop pretending. You've tried to fill the emptiness with noise, status, validation, ambition, and it worked for a while. Until you realized you were winning a life that wasn't yours. They told you success would heal you, that becoming someone would finally silence the ache. But the truth is brutal. You don't need to become more. You need to come back to yourself. No trophy touches the soul. No applause quiets the absence of self. The true revolution is not external. It's when you can be with yourself, in silence, in truth, in wholeness. You're not empty. You're just disconnected. And now, it's time to come home. If this resonated in your chest, comment below, "I'm coming home to myself." And send this video to someone who's chasing everything except their own truth.